Comedy special reviews with Belinda and Evan.
Yes, that's a good intro, because I just pressed record. So, my name is Evan, loyal viewers. And across the table from me is...
across the table?
Yes. Is Belinda.
Hi.
And we wanted to do a podcast because, I don't know, we're dumb. And we like podcasts, so... and since we're not famous and no one knows who we are, we're gonna...
work our way to the top.
We're gonna just review comedy specials because no one does that.
That's true.
So today we just watched Joe Rogan Live.
Joe Rogan Live.
2006.
2005.
5? No, I think it was 6.
No, 2005.
Maybe it was released in 2006.
Okay, well Netflix said it was 2005.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so 2005.
Do you want to start?
So, okay, we could go over our, I can go over my past experience with him.
Okay.
So, I'm quite the fan of his podcast, as, like, everyone is.
Except for me, because I've never actually listened to it.
I've showed you clips, though.
Yeah.
I've
listened to the Pete Holmes one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're also fans of the...
You Made It Weird, Pete Holmes.
You Made It Weird from Pete Holmes. And this is our avenue to get onto that podcast.
Yeah, this is our avenue to get onto that podcast. Pete. Pete, we love you.
I think you're okay. Yeah. So I'm a huge fan of his, though I saw Triggered, which is his new one. It's on Netflix. And honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of his stand-up, just because I like him as a person and as a personality, I guess. But it's pretty good. So let's just get into it. Get into it.
Is that our podcast name?
No, that's a...
Get into it? Okay.
Weird reference.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
let's get into it. Charlotte's Web, Alpha Brain.
It's just... Squarespace. By the way, we're open to sponsorship. Okay,
Who do I want to be sponsored by? Not Squarespace. I want to be original.
Magnus Running.
Magnus Running. Hey, Magnus Running, if you want to sponsor us.
She's
okay.
Single.
Yes, I'm very single.
So, intro. He talks about, he talks about how, this is a thing he talks about on his podcast sometimes. It's more of a rambling thing. He's in a limo, on the way to the show.
Okay, he's in a limo and wearing a really, really stupid hat.
Okay, he's wearing a fucking stupid hat the entire special. And a really bad shirt that's yellow. And I'm a big fan of yellow, currently. But, it's like a pale yellow. And he's got, like, these low and loose...
light wash jeans.
Low and loose, light wash jeans that are very wide.
Yeah, and...
He's got a wallet chain.
Yeah, stacks on the ankles, but not good stacks.
It's not stacks.
Okay,
that term has only been
folds.
around for... He's what is it?
Billowing,
flooding on the shoes. I don't know. I don't even know what shoes he was wearing.
I don't think they ever showed it.
But yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the beginning bit.
Intro. You talk about it.
Okay, so in the beginning bit, he's in a very fancy limo. You've got the champagne glasses on the side, and he's just talking. Like, I've never seen his stand-up. I've only seen clips of his podcasts. So he was sort of going off of that. Like, I don't even know if his podcast started then. Did it?
It was around that time.
Okay, but basically he's talking about really, I don't even know how to describe it, but he was saying that the world people are stupid and the world we're destroying it, as the cancers that we are.
Yeah, so what the point basically boils down to is, if you look at the Earth from space, he loves space.
Oh yes, he loves space, as we will talk about later.
If you look at the world from space and you see something like LA, it's like, oh,
that's a cancer.
That's fucking cancer. I mean, these talking some real shit right there, but yes, it's in his voice. He's like his high ramblings.
Yeah.
Which is this whole special. It's a marijuana rant. Okay. Off the intro, you were fascinated by it, I guess.
Yeah.
Or confused or whatever.
I enjoy consistency, or not even like consistency, but I think the specials that I like have always been very like a story kind of, I think, because I like
show.
Yeah, like I like stories, so something that's kind of playing to those tropes but in a new format like a comedy special is stuff that I like, which is why controversially I like the Bo Burnham special, and we can talk about that another time.
Oh dear.
Okay. But like,
yeah. So
then okay, you're presented with this opening bit, okay, and I am kind of confused by it, but I was like, okay, maybe this will okay, this is very on brand with his
yeah,
his you know, with his personality, so like whatever is probably gonna make sense. And then just every bit after that, like every note that I made, or not every note, but like a lot of the notes I made were just like, oh, how does this relate back to the opening bit? Because if that's the frame narrative that we're going with.
Okay. Whoa, we're back. The battery ran out on the...
Okay, I suppose that's where we're gonna put in our sponsor.
No. Well, yeah, in the future, of course, when we're rich and ballin'.
Does this mean I can legitimately drop out of school? Okay, sorry.
Okay. Well, where the fuck were we? Okay. Do we even get into the special yet?
I don't think
we did. No.
We got into the beginning bit.
No,
right.
No. We with the intro.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, final thoughts in the intro. My thought is, I think that comedy specials now have more of an art angle, like more of what you were talking about having like a full story and making it cohesive, where I think this comedy special of old, like this is, it's more about just being funny, and
right.
That's basically what he was trying to do. The intro was, he said something interesting in the car, and they just put it in. Right,
but even that, like, the rest of his special, I guess, as we'll go into it, is just sort of about the...
It's about dumb people.
Yeah,
really.
It's about stupid people, and I guess that sort of ties back in. I mean, like, do you know that Mike Birbiglia special?
Well, that's the complete opposite, right? My Girlfriend's Boyfriend.
Yeah. When was that? When did that come out? I feel like that was around that.
He's completely different. He's like an NPR dude. That's like all he can do.
Okay, true.
That's like what he is. He's a storyteller. He's not really like, he's not like one of these pure stand-up. He's not like a Bill Burr person. Like Bill Burr doesn't really have themes. He just kind of
goes with it.
Has his own theme. Like he talks about the same stuff, sort of. We will
cruises. We will review one of his at some other. Yeah.
But like, yeah, Rogan. He just like, this special doesn't even have a name.
Joe Rogan Live. Yeah. I feel like
it's called just Live.
Well, it's like how his podcast is just called the Joe Rogan Podcast.
Experience.
experience. Sorry,
Watch
but
your
it's
tongue?
like I'm sorry, but it's like he like I guess that's on brand and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, his new one has a name, but like this is before specials had names or like really they were a cultural thing before Netflix really took off and before everyone had a special, and the specials are just a way to sell tickets,
right?
Which is where you made most of your money. Okay, let's get into the special. First thing, before we talk about the special,
is where our sponsor comes
in. No. The intro. After the intro, or the stage intro, the live show intro, was done by none other than Joey Coco motherfucking Diaz. Motherfucker. And he's amazing. Google him, viewers.
Yeah, I have no idea who he is.
He's like a fat guy. He's from New Jersey.
He looks like he's from New Jersey.
Amazing stories, and he's like one of Rogan's oldest friends, and he has his own podcast, and he's awesome. He's what Joe Rogan says is the funniest person on earth, which is hard to argue with.
Okay, I'll take your word on that.
Yeah, he's a fucking legend. So, he comes out, applause, of course.
And he goes, like, right into it.
And he goes straight into it and addresses, well, basically the elephant in the room, Fear Factor, because that's what basically anyone knew him from.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. I mean, this is, like, before, kind of, well, I think he was starting to do UFC stuff, but UFC wasn't that popular like it is now. But yeah, he was known for Fear Factor, and he.
Do you want to give some context to the viewers?
What people know, Fear Factor. They
eat weird stuff.
Yeah, so his bit was people know me from Fear Factor, but whatever, shit's gonna get canceled because it's fucking ridiculous.
Which is true.
Yeah, because he's like, oh well, they're gonna feed people shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's what they did.
Oh, and then there's the animal dicks bit, which Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, do you have anything else to say about this Fear Factor thing?
Why?
Because I want to talk about his transitions.
Okay, sure.
Okay, because.
Well, I have a good transition bit. Let's talk about the second bit.
Okay.
Is less of an introduction bit. His big dick pills.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's what I said. I said, for example, pills too. No. Okay, yeah. Go on.
So, he's talking about stupid people, like he does throughout the special, and he doesn't like stupid people, which was transitioned from the Fear Factor thing. He's saying if big dick pills worked, everyone would have a fucking huge dick and carry it around with a shopping cart. And that transitioned into parachute pussy lips.
Yeah.
Where they would like float down like the airbender guys on the balls. And they sit on the balls like yeah. So he masterfully, I forget how he did it word for word, but he transitioned parachute pussy lips into pot crop duster, like crop dustering the Middle East with pot marijuana.
Yeah. Like I feel like part of it,
like he said, like oh this is some shit you can only think of
if you were high.
And then he
was like every problem could be solved if everyone just smoked. That's basically I think how he did. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like he does it in such a way that I think
that he's just like rambling.
Yeah, but it's almost as if it's not like a super like smooth transition. It's just the way that he just sort of kind of goes from one thing to another, and then it's like you're just on that train with him anyways.
Yeah, well, basically how he structures all of his bits is he was high one time, he thought of a funny premise, and then And then he goes on stage and says that premise is stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, it works, but it's kind of funny. So yeah, the next group of bits. Yeah, the next group of bits. I kind of wrote down them in each lines as separate bits, but this 5-bit group basically was basically saying pussy's powerful and dick ain't shit.
Yeah. That was funny. I enjoyed that. Yeah, I think because I'm a woman.
Yes. And I'm a man.
Yeah.
If you haven't noticed yet. Oh yeah, and then he transitions into that by the Middle East stuff. It's like these people are killing themselves for that virgin poom poom, which is true.
True,
right?
yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Do you know any suicide bombers personally?
No.
Okay, just want to make sure.
No, because they tend to be all dead. It's hard to meet them. You don't have a suicide bomber dating site. I'm looking for
side note
single dead people.
I saw a commercial the other day for like a dating app but for farmers exclusively.
Oh yeah, I've heard.
You seen that? Okay. Just want to make sure. You should join.
We are farmers. Excellent joke. Pat on the back for me.
Okay. Where were we? Right.
He's got some woman voice. Woman voice is always great. I love the people I made.
That's true. Joe Rogan has a very good woman voice.
Yeah. And dumb people voice.
Yes.
Which is the same. Excellent.
What do you have to say about the pussy is great?
I think it was a good sequence of thing. He went at it from a few angles, and he had the phone like.
Oh yeah, the phone conversation. Yeah. I wrote joke. Good animal noises for that. Yeah. That was funny. That was funny because it's true.
Yes.
What else?
Oh, I wrote down "fuck then cry."
Fuck then cry. Yes.
Yeah.
That was very funny.
For 3 months, and then I don't know where we are.
Like, I feel like normally when I watch bits like that, I'm like, oh, I see that, but that's like, yeah, I can think of exceptions, but I feel like that was something that I laughed because I was like, haha, that's like very, very true.
Watch out, Adam.
Watch out, Adam. Hey, Adam, if you're listening to this, shout out to you. Can you sponsor us?
Oh dear. Oh, and then the end of that bit, great. He had a list of magic words.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Should we do like a viewer discretion is advised for this?
No.
Coarse language.
If we're
I don't know.
I mean,
are little kids gonna be watching this?
The title would be would include Joe Rogan's special. So anyone who it's assumed that we're talking about 3 words like cunt. You can probably say the second one, debatably, because you're Asian. I am white. Say the number 2 one.
Black friend.
And the third one is love.
Love. Oh yeah. That was also a very good transition.
Yeah. So so the 3 magic nerds.
The 3 magic words.
Cunt. Say it. I'm pointing at you. Come on. Cunt.
Nigger.
Thank you. And love. And he did it well, because he's like, these are magic words. Number 1, cunt. And the crowd goes, and he goes, see? That's why. Did the same with pointing at you again.
Nigger.
Thank you. And then love, I kind of forget what he did. Maybe he zoned out because he said something real and I'm shallow.
Yes, that's very true. I can say what he said. Basically he's like, what was it? Just like how guys say I love you just to say it because their girlfriends want them to say it, and it's like they can say all these other shit, but like if they don't say I love you, it's like
then it doesn't matter.
Then it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Like, oh, I care for you, and you
I
mean
care
the best
for
for me, and I
you.
want to spend the rest of my life with you.
Yeah. Every time I close a sale at work, I'm thinking of you. I want to come home to you.
I want to make babies with you, and then she's like, "Why didn't you say you loved me?"
Which is also true, and that is why I laughed.
And there was a Creed. He said like, "Oh, this sounds like a Creed lyric," which is another one of these. Or we're gonna get into those actually. They come later, but super dated references.
Yeah, he makes lots of very dated references, and it's not just even with like his outfit. It's just
I mean, he
so
still
many...
dresses like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe Rogan, if you're listening, you dress like shit. You look comfortable though. Have fun with your 5-finger shoes.
Okay, but what does that
your
hat?
Calves are monstrous.
How does that hat exude comfort to you at all?
Okay, he was balding, and he was self-conscious about his hair. This is before he shaved it all off.
Right.
So he wore a hat, and
Okay.
he wore a hat everywhere. His classic headwear would be a like a flex fit hat.
Oh.
Backwards, which looked fucking terrible. He looks good now. I mean, he's pretty hot for an old boy.
Yeah.
Not gay. Just
big fan.
Just. Next thing. The arc. So.
Noah's Ark. Yes.
I think the arc bit was okay. I think it was kind of. It's kind of formulaic on his side.
Yeah. I wrote not an original take on the legitimacy of Bible. Which is true. Like, it's something that I feel like every comedian has done before, where they sort of criticize the Bible for being weird. Or not weird, but like for...
Like we were saying earlier, the way he structures his bits is he says this weird high statement from when he was high, and then he explains it or calls it stupid. But this is something that he didn't come up with, and the premise is just the Bible, and he says, "Oh, it's stupid. The boat's not big enough," which
is true, and we've all thought of it before.
Well, okay.
He does it well.
I think the best arc bit, which was basically the same but better, as the Ricky Gervais arc bit, where he goes through his like childhood book. Probably shown it to you. Maybe.
I've seen a Ricky Gervais special. Like, I think I was like, honestly, like 13.
I've shown you the Bible, like where he goes over like the first chapter of the Bible.
You've talked about. You have not shown it to me though.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm slacking.
You are slacking.
But yeah, the Bible bit from Ricky Gervais and the arc bit are like really good. So if you also watch the special with us and also agree with us that the arc bit was a bit lackluster.
Yes.
I highly suggest looking up the Ricky Gervais arc bit. I can look it up. What you should search on YouTubes.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Fuck. That's my Overwatch League predictions.
Wow, big gamer guy.
Big gamer dude. You talk about the next one that's on there.
What is the next one? I can't read your writing.
We
don't know what... Oh, right. Okay, so that he transitions from the arc thing, just because the entire bit is basically he takes on the persona of a retarded boy, kind of questioning the Bible, and then he transitions that into how humans don't know what they're doing, and we're all really, really stupid, and when we were younger, we thought that grown-ups were a real thing, and that grown-ups knew everything, because it's like, obviously as a kid, I think, like, you idolize adults for their knowledge that you don't seem to have, and so, I don't really remember that bit too well. It was okay.
Yeah, it's like, you look up to people that are, quote, grown-ups, and then you go to the
grocery store when you're 25.
Go to the grocery store when you're 25 and he calls you sir and you're like, fuck.
Because you're now a grown up, but you don't.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you don't know jack shit either.
And then this is kind of in transition to basically the whole rest of it, which is on stupid people. About we all don't know what we're doing, which is true because, I mean, you're in a situation where you have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I guess his point is we all are, and I think that rings true.
That does ring true.
Next thing, kind of relating to stupid people, but space.
Space.
Like, think about space, man.
Aliens.
It's super big, man.
And we're all just small.
We're all so small, man.
Oh, the Grand Canyon has a ditch comparison. That was pretty funny.
We should just put the sky in one place, man, so we can go to it, and it could be amazing, man. But because it's all up, man, all the time, man. It's boring, man. But people go to the Grand Canyon where you can see the bottom of it. But space, you can't even see the bottom of it. Those little things are so far away, man.
Those nuclear explosions.
Yes, exactly.
Which I guess, I don't know, like that's... we talk about the format of the show a lot, but I think that very much rings true about the format where it's sort of like a revelation.
Yeah.
And he just sort of goes off onto it and everyone agrees. Which I guess is why there are so many old white women in attendance of this show.
Oh yeah, the audience was very old.
Yes.
And remarkably female for how much he said faggot and cunt.
Right, yeah. So I have a couple hypotheses of this. Like, is this back when Joe Rogan was not yet established enough as a stand-up that people didn't know him? And also, everyone was sitting around in tables and it sort of looked like a charity event. So maybe he was like a charity comedian, but like his bits and stuff are too controversial to be charity bits.
I think it's just a different time. Like, yeah, it looked really weird because, I mean, we're in 2018, if you don't know, where offensive shit gets you crucified.
We could talk about that sometime.
Yeah, I think once we get a few fucking experience or something. What, like chips on your belt or something? Rings on your belt?
Chips on your shoulder?
Once we get a few chips on our shoulder, or
insert correct
saying. Comment down below. Yeah. For the Ricky Gervais thing, I'll just link it down below because I'm gonna post this on YouTube.
Okay.
In case you were itching to get up on my level of knowledge. Yeah. So overall, I think he has really good like combo bits, like the like pussy over dick thing. It was like 6 bits where he talked about that, and it was all kind of the same thing, but like the arc bit and the Grand Canyon bit and the grown up bit, they're kind of separate, and there's another like combo bit group of bits later that I think works a lot better. But yeah, I think the ones where it's kind of individual and they feel kind of short or not super fleshed out. IMO.
In comparison, I suppose.
In comparison to the rest of it. So next one, aliens. Said something about aliens. Oh yeah, he's talked about this on podcast before. He's like, aliens. I think aliens left us. They were overseeing us, and then I don't know.
And then he thought the aliens thought that we were too stupid, so then they left. Yeah. Basically, he's in the special. He's relating this to the whole thing about the pyramids, about how Egyptians at that time did not have the technology or really like, you know, practically the means to build the Great Pyramids.
That was later, though.
But that was
he
it?
did talk about later that.
Okay, I didn't write a list.
Yeah,
but.
Yeah. He talks about Nike shoes and Bin Laden, something about a cell phone, and he did like a AT&T sucks bit, which kind of hacky and IMO, in my opinion.
I don't know AT&T, so I don't.
Yeah, it was
that
like,
to me is not relevant.
Verizon's coverage ain't shit. Why does Bin Laden have cell coverage? Why can't I get 5 bars? Airplane food. I don't know. Whatever. And then Nike, I actually really liked it, but it was in another one of these short, sort of fleshed out bits. He talked about, Nike does these sweatshops and pays their employees not enough for
13 cents an hour.
13 cents an hour.
And so if you're boycotting Nike, instead you should just be...
And his thought process is, I don't know how to make shoes, so I bought some shoes.
Yeah.
Which is transitions to the next combo bit, is this: if all the smart people died, which is I actually saw this on YouTube somehow before, not all of it, but most of it, which I think is definitely the highlight of the special. I think it's really good about how, hey, all the stupid people die, and then the power goes off, and then you sit there, and you're like,
what do
wait
I do?
A second.
Where does light come from?
And then my favorite part of that, there's another line later that I really like, but my favorite part of this my favorite line of this entire special, where he's talking about if all the stupid people died, we wouldn't know how to make anything. He takes the mic and he smacks it. He says, "Why's that loud? Does anyone know?"
I've been doing this for 16 years.
I don't know how a fucking microphone works. Which is all true. We're using a microphone.
Yes.
It's a pretty good microphone for a first podcast, if I do say so myself. But I don't know how it works. I'm going to tap it right now. Why is that loud? Yeah. Yeah, he's like, if I put you out in the woods with a hatchet, how long would it take for you to send me an email? Yeah, and he's like, we buy shit. Yeah, this is a quote. We buy shit from smart people. Wait, what the fuck? Wait a second. No, I wrote the code. Throw it down somewhere else.
What is the whole thing about how we should buy shit from... we buy shit from smart people, but we don't know how it works, and we should be protecting smart people because we should be making sure that they're having babies, and instead dumb people are having too many babies, and we need to breed. Yeah, we need to inbreed smart people. Basically, that was the...
Hey, he looked like me.
the thesis of the joke.
Yeah. Yeah. So the scenario where all the smart people die goes to they don't know how to work anything. You go out in the street with torches, and they're like, "The fuck do we do? There's bears everywhere. They're killing us." They go back to the caves, and they become cavemen, and then after 3 generations, because people are dumb, they don't even remember Nextel, which is another dated reference he made.
Oh, yeah. Okay, he also talks about Palm Pilots. Wow.
Wow, what a time.
I only know about Palm Pilots because I read books from the early 2000s, and they talked about Palm Pilots.
So, I guess, a bit of context. I was born in 1999.
We were both born in 1999.
I'm 18, she's 9.
18.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so...
both of us...
When this came out, we were 5.
Yes. 5, 6.
Yeah. So, yeah. The next...
Too young.
The Nextel was really funny, because I literally don't know what that is. You're saying...
Yeah.
It was phones with walkie-talkies in them?
Yes. I said, what is Nextel? Question mark.
I said, what the fuck is Nextel? It's like, texting is garbage.
You have to press 4 times.
You gotta press 4
times to get an S. And I was just
Yeah. Texting now is good.
Yes.
And people don't call people anymore. Funny how that works. yeah, so he's saying these cavemen, pointy sticks fighting bears, and then some dude walks around and discovers downtown Phoenix, and he's like, what the fuck, who built this? Must have been aliens. And then he ends that sort of thing with, I think this has happened before, when all the dumb people died. And he mentions Egypt and the pyramids, and how it's insane how they built those, like 2 million stones, which is
2,300,000.
And like this was 2005, and even in 2018 we still don't really know how they built them. So he's saying some real stuff in there.
Saying some real stuff.
Dropping knowledge.
Which I feel like is a really Joe Rogan thing to do.
Yeah, and then so he's saying that the dumb ones outfuck the smart ones. And then my second favorite line from this whole special is all the stone workers from the pyramids, and all the smart people die, and they go to the pyramids. Hello, you in there? We haven't got no bonuses. And then he says, "Have you no heart?" And it's great. Anyway, and then they're like, well, fuck. And then they move in the pyramids, and then
they live in the pyramids.
And then they make hieroglyphs. Let's make stick people. This has a dog head.
Yes, I wrote pyramid drawings. Entertaining.
Yes, entertaining. He ends this with, I think, not a great. It was like a small combo bit, more an ending bit. It was a Bush joke, and everyone was making Bush jokes back then.
Right. Like how everyone now will be making Trump
everyone
jokes.
Makes Trump jokes. So I think we're a bit removed from it, but he's like, oh, we have a dumb president, to close out the entire like dumb theme. President Bush. And they're like, oh, we'll just put a dumb guy in office and
see how dumb everyone else is in comparison.
Yeah. We're dumb.
Yeah.
I'm dumb.
You are pretty dumb.
And he's saying that there's people in Kentucky that were going cross country, and they just stopped.
They just stopped and stayed there instead of going to California.
Like him. And he just ended it with like military, like recruiting old guys instead of young guys because they like America, and he's like killing the ragheads. And...
direct quote, Jesus got my bullets.
Jesus got my bullets. Just shooting up these ragheads,
yes.
As he said. Not my word. Don't kill me.
But yeah, overall, how did you feel?
Over NASCAR. So yeah, that's... we kind of went through every bit, which I think might have been boring.
Maybe. We'll see how it goes.
Comment down below. Hey, if you get this far, comment Batmanda. So this is a female Batman, BATMANDA, and comment that down below. See.
That's also our discount code for Squarespace. Squarespace.com/Batmanda.
Yeah. So, I mean, we should do like
ratings. Don't.
I don't know how we would do ratings.
Yeah, don't make me do ratings. I'm very bad at ratings.
Yeah, I don't think ratings is a good thing. But you know what? I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna do something.
Okay.
Just go through your overall thoughts, and then I'll do something.
Go through my overall thoughts. Okay, my overall thoughts on this. I'm not the hugest fan of like yelly comics, shouty comics, but I thought that this was fine. Like, it was enjoyable. My favorite bits were all, I don't know, like my favorite bit, the bit I laughed the hardest was the entire phone conversation thing, because, I don't know, that's relevant to me and I found it funny. I would say that this special probably isn't for everyone. Like, you know how like everyone loves Louis C.K.? Like, it's not... Joe Rogan's, like, not...
Not anymore.
Okay, not anymore, but I'm talking about, like...
Rape.
before all that. Like,
yeah,
Louis C.K. is, like, the...
He's the crowd pleaser.
He's the all-American stand-up, and, like, Joe Rogan definitely isn't that, but if you're into...
I think
his brand, it's fine.
There's a lot of people like me that are fans of him, like fans of his podcast and what he's doing now, or his newer specials. I think it's definitely worth a
watch.
Worth a watch. Don't move the blanket around. It's like messing up.
Sorry.
It's like the wind. I need a foam thing over it. But yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. So if you're a if you're a Joe Rogan fan now, I definitely suggest go back and watch this. See where he has come from. Yeah, I think he's... And
comment down below what you think of his fashion choices.
You know what? Like, it's weird because this is like a... Would people want to listen to the special after we just told them everything that was on it?
That's true.
But
what I normally like to do, like, whenever... I will never watch an Anthony Fantano review video until I have actually listened to the album and have, like, a concrete opinion on it. So maybe...
that's true, but I...
Hi, yeah, what?
Can I have some of your kombucha?
If you give me the rest of it, yeah.
Sure. That is her sister.
Yeah, that's my sister Alicia.
We're doing a podcast.
Alicia, we're doing a podcast.
Pomcast.
Wait, what?
We're doing a podcast. We're recording right now.
You ruined it.
You ruined it. We're gonna have to edit you out.
No, we're not. I'm not doing that shit.
Okay, fine. So where were we? Right. So if you want to see where Joe Rogan comes from, I definitely say it's definitely not a bad one. There are lots of hits with this.
Yeah. I'll try to find the clip I saw of the what if the smart people all died bit, and I'll try to link that below. Because I think that was the
highlight.
That was the highlight. So I'll try to link that below. I don't know if I do that. Probably write that down.
Write that down right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's I personally that was the best bit of the special. So I'll if you want to listen to that.
Give it a go.
Click on the link and listen to it. And if you like that, watch the whole thing. But Anthony Fantano, I'm a person that I will watch the review before I listen to the album.
Okay.
It's weird, but...
Why? I feel like I know people who are like that.
Because I'm really not a music person, so I think when I listen to music, if I tend to not have a really complex or comprehensive opinion on it because I really don't care or I don't. Hearing an opinion of someone who
knows what they're saying.
Knows music and knows what they're doing. Not that we do, but
right.
That's something I like. So I don't know. I think this podcast can work both ways, but maybe not. Let us know. Hey,
one day we should like. In order, if we want to get traction, we should review some like super hot special because I don't think anyone has ever watched Joe Rogan live.
We should do. I think we should do one. Well, how do we do this cross country?
Oh yeah. Context: I live in Toronto. He lives in Vancouver.
Yeah, but she's over for break.
Yes. And possibly for the rest of my life, we'll see.
Yeah. So. This might be...
we can do like a Skype record
call. This might be the first one in a while, but over the summer we might do a lot of these because I think this is actually pretty good.
This is pretty good. I'm doing this. We will review every single John Mulaney special, and I will cry.
And every Bill Burr special and every Jeffrey special. So yeah, comment down below what you
want us to watch? This we should say. Special? We should say. Neither of us have watched the special before. This is not a rewatch. This is like a first impression thing.
Yeah, we're definitely open to rewatch things.
I love rewatching comedy specials.
especially ones that either of us, maybe like I've seen it, you haven't.
Yeah.
I think that could be good. I don't know.
Okay.
We should probably wrap this up.
Keep it soggy.
Yeah, comment Batmanda, and
peace.
Peace. This is Evan.
And this is Belinda.
And we just reviewed Joe Rogan Live from 2005. That rhymes. And... Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye.